Hey everyone, today we're going to talk about something that could completely change the way you manage your investments. We're moving beyond guesswork, beyond gut feelings, and into a world where you can use simple, everyday language to get powerful, data-driven answers. Let's jump in. If you've ever invested, you know this feeling deep in your gut. It's one thing to find a company you believe in, but knowing when to sell or when to hold on tight, that's the real challenge, isn't it? It's where emotions can take over, and that's exactly the problem we're going to solve. So this is really the heart of it all, right? It's a huge shift in thinking. The old way is all about reacting. You see a scary headline, you panic sell. It's driven by emotion. The new way, the one we're talking about today, is built on solid data and a real strategy. It's about being proactive, not reactive. It's about you taking back control. So how do we actually make this happen? Well, I want you to start thinking of AI as your own personal on-demand analysis team. Seriously, imagine having a whole team of experts right at your fingertips, ready to go 24/7 to answer your toughest questions about your own money. And here's the best part. You don't need a PhD in data science for this. We're talking about using simple natural language commands. If you can ask a friend a question, you can do this. You're turning everyday words into the kind of professional-grade analysis that used to be only for the big shots on Wall Street. All right, so where do we even begin? Well, the first step, and this is absolutely critical, is what I call the foundation check. Before you make any moves, you have to get a really clear, totally unbiased picture of where you stand right now. So let me just ask you directly, how healthy is your portfolio? Really? Do you know if you're accidentally overexposed in one area, or if there are little red flags hidden away in one of your stocks? Most of us have these blind spots. So let's see how AI can just flip on the lights. Okay, check this out. With just one simple prompt, you can get an instant breakdown like this. Right away, you can see, wow, 22% of this portfolio is in the IT sector, and that immediately raises a crucial question. Was that a deliberate strategic choice, or did you just stumble into a potential risk without even realizing it? This is that first powerful layer of insight. But that's just scratching the surface, We can go way deeper. With another quick prompt, you can get a fundamental quality check. And look, stock A looks great, high quality, no red flags. But the AI immediately flags some potential uh-oh moments with stocks B and C. Inconsistent cash flow, a high promoter pledge, these are the kinds of hidden risks that can bite you later, and AI brings them right out into the open. Okay, so our foundation is solid. We know exactly what we're working with, warts and all. Now we can move on to the next level, the one that trips up so many people, mastering market timing. This is where we get to that big question of when to buy, sell, or hold. Now to get a handle on timing, we got to peek under the hood just a little. The AI uses tools, and a big one is the RSI. The easiest way to think about it is like a speedometer for a stock. If the reading is over 70, the stock might be getting a little overheated. If it's under 30, it might be a potential bargain. Simple as that. And then there's this one, the MACD. Now, I know, the name sounds super complicated, but the idea is actually pretty simple. It's like a weather forecast for a stock's momentum. When its lines cross in a certain way, it can be an early warning sign that the whole trend is about to shift gears. Okay, so you've got RSI, MACD, and a bunch of other technical stuff. But here's the magic. You don't have to be an expert on any of it. The AI does all the heavy lifting and boils it all down into one simple, powerful momentum score. You just ask, rank my stocks by momentum, and bam, you get this. It's suddenly crystal clear who your star players are, like TCS, and who's dragging the team down, like Reliance. And once you see that ranked list, the next steps are just logical. It's not a guessing game anymore. Step 1, you see your leaders. Step 2, you spot your laggards. So step 3 becomes obvious. You rebalance your portfolio toward its strength. You're making strategic moves based on data, not just a hunch. All right, now for the final level. This is where we go from being a really smart investor to actually thinking like a professional portfolio manager. It's time to build a resilient, forward-looking strategy. So here's a question that probably keeps a lot of investors up at night. What if the market has a bad month? What if the Nifty, for example, just drops 10%? Instead of just sitting there and worrying about it, what if you could just ask? Ask your AI analyst to run a simulation and tell you what might happen. And this is what you get back. This is a game changer. It's proactive risk management. For a market correction, it doesn't just estimate the damage, it gives you a concrete action plan before it happens. It tells you, hey, maybe you should add to your defensive stocks and trim the ones that are more sensitive to the economy. You've got a playbook ready to go before the storm even hits. And it gets even better. The AI can actually create a blueprint for what an ideal portfolio might look like in today's market, and then put it right next to your current one. The gap just jumps out at you. You can see, wow, I'm really underweight on high momentum stocks right now. The path forward, the way to rebalance, becomes incredibly clear. So, when you put all of these pieces together, the foundation check, the timing, the pro-level strategy, what does it all add up to? It's more than just a new tool. It's a fundamental shift. You're basically moving from the passenger seat to the driver's seat of your own financial future. This right here is the new investor mindset. It's about being systematic, not emotional. It's about being proactive, not just reacting to whatever the market throws at you. Your decisions become data-driven, not gut-driven. You're looking ahead, building for the future, not just staring in the rearview mirror. You're playing chess, not checkers. Look, at the end of the day, your portfolio is constantly sending you signals. It's trying to tell you a story. All this information has been locked away. But now, with these tools, the real question is, are you finally ready to ask the right questions and actually listen to the answers?